Welcome back to my corner of the internet, guys. I am the Lucid Dream, and on this one, we are going to take a look at the new body cam footage that was released a couple of days ago from Long Island Audit. Now, I have not seen this yet, so I am kind of interested. I know he can be a little long-winded, so we may trim it down just a little bit, but I'm looking forward to it. First and foremost, thank you to all of my channel members and subscribers. Without you, I would not be here. So as always, every day, thank you. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Good to see you again. I told you I'd be back. Captain?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
Sir, here you go. You might want to read that.
What is
you're not
this?
allowed to video here.
Are you here
It's a
to
non-public
service?
forum.
You applying today?
Well, yeah, I'm here to conduct business, correct.
You're applying today?
Can I get your name and badge number? You weren't here yesterday.
Cowser, C-O-W-C-E-R.
I got you, Keller.
All right. 4223.
4223? Gotcha.
So nothing's changed. You're not applying today?
Well, I'm here to conduct business, constitutionally protected business, yeah.
Well, this is a non-public forum, so you can't record in here. As I said yesterday, okay?
I can record in here, for
No,
sure.
you cannot record in here.
I can.
So I'm giving you a lawful order that you can't. If you're going to continue to record, then
What would I be arrested for? Recording?
no, you're going to be trespassing.
Trespassing without breaking any laws.
Yeah, you are. Because it's a public welfare facility, like I told you yesterday.
So what is this? Is this a law?
I'm not going to get into it with you. Are you going to stop recording, or are you going to leave?
Can you tell me what this is?
Okay, stop. Play back.
So to give you a little bit of context, if you have not seen any of the other videos about this arrest, he is inside the Department of Health and Human Services. He has already been told that this is a non-public forum, that he does not have the right to record, and that if he does not have any legitimate business within the facility, he needs to leave. And he's going to stand there and argue. Now, with this being the Department of Health and Human Services, no matter what frauditors want to say, there are federal laws and regulations that limit filming within these facilities for the very simple fact there is patient health information that has to be protected, and it is protected by limiting filming. No matter what they say about HIPAA, HIPAA gives these facilities the authority to limit filming.
Play back.
It is what it is.
You're trespassing. Being arrested for trespassing.
All right, no problem.
That's why you're being arrested.
You guys are making a big mistake here.
Okay.
Trespassing is a violation. It's not even a crime in New York. It's not.
So you think.
I know the law in New York better than you. It's ridiculous.
Sit down right now.
You guys are making a huge mistake here.
Listen, man, I told you. I gave you a chance. I'm trying to be
I was
cordial
trying.
with
No,
you.
you weren't.
Yes,
No,
I
you
was.
weren't.
Yes, I was.
No, you 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 weren't. I asked you what this
I
paper was.
I told
asked
you
to explain
yesterday.
this paper was.
I told you
I
yesterday
asked you-
outside. It's going to be handled differently. You decide. You made the conscionable choice to come back here, walk
To
into the
exercise
lobby
my rights again.
recording
I told
again.
you I had business
after
to conduct here.
after I told
I
you
told you I
yesterday.
had business to conduct here. I'm here to apply for services.
You're no. I asked you on
I
camera.
did.
On camera.
I did,
No.
and I said I was applying for service.
No, you
I said
didn't.
I had
No, you
business to
didn't.
conduct
No,
here.
you didn't.
Okay, we'll
So
see.
you can change
it's
it
on
around.
the
I
camera.
can see
I'm
it.
not changing
Yeah.
anything around
I have it all covered.
I said I have constitutionally protected business to conduct here. That's what I told
Just
you.
like yesterday. Okay.
Yeah.
We're all good.
You didn't let me
Why
conduct
don't-
my business yesterday. I was trying to go through the metal detector today. Did you not notice that? Because I was
why don't we
trying
do this?
to. Why don't
plead the fifth?
Yeah, why don't you do that? Yeah, because that's what you were told yesterday, right? So you want to quit back at it, right? That's funny. Big mistake you guys are making here. Big mistake. Violating my constitutional rights. Be out in a couple hours and I'll beat the charge, just like I beat the charge everywhere throughout this whole entire country. You guys are making a big mistake here. You're stationed here as well?
I am.
What happened to Tenorello?
He was just filling in for the day.
Oh, he's not normally stationed here. Luckily he doesn't have to deal with the federal lawsuit that's going to be filed. No transparency in our government. You know what's crazy? If I really want to, I can go outside your house and your house and your house to record, and that's completely legal. But recording just to hold my government accountable I'm trespassing on public property, the same property that I help fund.
You keep
With my
saying
tax
public
dollars?
property. This is not public property.
This is public property.
No, it's not.
This is public property, sir. This is a public agency, sir.
How do you feel it's public property?
Because it's funded by taxpayer dollars, sir. That's why.
This property is not.
It is funded by taxpayer
This
dollars.
property is
You
not.
are an employee of you are an employee of the county of Nassau.
Yes,
You
I'm an employee in Nassau County, but this is not county property.
But who pays? They lease this space through tax dollars, sir, meaning that it becomes publicly accessible.
Meaning Nassau County has nothing to do with this property.
But if they have nothing to do with, so you can have it both ways. If they have nothing to do with this property, how can I be trespassed by a Nassau County
So
officer?
when you not in this building, I said property. So when you stepped on this property, the building manager stated, if you're not here,
Who's the building manager? The person I talked to yesterday?
the building manager.
Well, I'm in handcuffs today. I wasn't in handcuffs yesterday. So I'm saying, how
The
can
building manager
a
stated-
Nassau
Listen,
County
stop.
officer?
Stop.
So I'm just asking you. So
No,
you said this is private property.
I'm
Okay.
answering.
All right.
Yesterday, the property manager
Yeah.
stated, if someone comes on this property and not handling county business, he wants them trespassed. Nothing to do with press.
But I said I was handling county business when I walked in here.
He asked you.
And I said I have business to attend
What-
to.
what
I
you-
was trying to walk through the
what-
metal.
what were you applying for?
Sir, when I was going to apply for food stamps and cash assistance to see if that it's to see
So-
how that process.
So he was going to attempt to intentionally defraud the state of New York by applying for SNAP and cash assistance, knowing full well that he would not qualify for either? Because that's kind of what it sounds like to me.
See how that process goes for
So
people.
if you was
who
going
need
to
it.
do that, you didn't have to go through the metal detector because the applications are at the door.
But you have to speak to somebody.
No, you don't.
But nobody even helped me.
No,
I was
you don't.
when you walked out of the door, sir. When you walked out of the door, where was I?
In front of the metal detectors.
Because I wanted to go through the metal detector. So
And
wasn't it different than when I came here yesterday?
You can't go through filming.
But wasn't it different than when I went through yesterday? I didn't go through. I didn't go up to the metal detectors yesterday to walk through.
You walked up to them.
But I did not as close as I did today. I did that.
Actually, you did.
Not as I was right there at the metal detector today.
You walked
Sir, it's
to
on video yesterday.
I know you walked to the metal detectors, and
Yeah.
it was on your camera too, and you went like this.
Yeah.
So no one knows if you're trying to go
Nobody
through
would
or
help.
not.
Nobody would speak to me. The first thing somebody said to me was, "Hey, you're going to be arrested. You can't film in here. You're trespassing."
That wasn't the first thing someone said to you.
Yeah. That's the
Because
first. Nobody said, "Hey, sir, how can I help you?"
Because the first thing you did was walk to the metal detector on your own camera, and you started doing this. I was standing here. I'm the one that approached you first because I'm like, is this guy recording? So I came and stood behind you.
Are we talking about today or yesterday?
About
sir?
yesterday first.
Okay.
Okay. So I stood behind you and I started seeing clients on your phone, and I walked up to you and I said, "You see this? You see it? Oh, what are you showing? You're showing me signs that don't mean anything."
They're not.
And,
They don't.
and
sir.
that's on your
Yeah.
thing.
I posted the video.
So today you come walking up again to the metal detector.
100,000 people have watched the video so far.
So no one knows, are you going through the metal detectors or not, because you did the same thing yesterday. You walked to the metal detectors and you have your phone out.
Well, you could ask me when I said I needed service. I constantly protect the business.
When Officer Keller asked you
I said I have business here.
So you didn't say, I'm trying to apply for SNAP. You didn't say what you're trying to apply for.
Do you understand how quickly this just happened? He just put handcuffs on me in less than a few minutes.
But do you see how fast you refused to answer his questions? He actually.
It happened in less than a few minutes, sir. There was no de-escalation implemented. What does the Department of Health and Human Services have to hide? Where's the transparency?
Private, confidential information. The information that they are bound to protect by law, by prohibiting filming. This is not rocket science. I will give him this. He plays dumb really well. He really does. He plays dumb really well because there's no way he doesn't know.
Where's the transparency for the people, for we the people, to check up on our government? Don't you think? Don't you think that our government should be transparent? Especially when this officer here is getting paid 6 figures.
Aren't you contradicting yourself? Because if you had applied for benefits, why are you talking about transparency and stuff like that?
Because it's transparency while you're applying for benefits as well, sir.
So you either hit apply for benefits.
No,
or
you can do
one
both,
or the
sir.
other.
You can do both. You can apply for benefits while holding your government accountable, and that's what I was planning on doing here today. And this officer here gets paid 6 figures every year, and we can't hold them accountable. We can't. Do you know that the law enforcement agency, sir? I'm not here just filming. I did investigative work. Law enforcement, Nassau County Police Department is the highest grossing department out of all the departments. It goes Nassau County Police, and I believe the Department of Social Services that help we the people, sir. is like third on the list. And as far as budget, do you think that the people need more help or that law enforcement needs to just keep getting richer and richer? He makes 6 figures with overtime, sir. Some officers make $250,000 with overtime, sir. Do you think that that's reasonable salary for...
I am really confused about what any of that has to do with the Department of Health and Human Services. A department dedicated to helping people apply for benefits, low-cost health care. A lot of the times CPS offices are in there. What does the officer's salary have to do with filming inside the Department of Health and Human Services? Not a fucking thing. So I'm going to mention this because I know he's not going to bring it up to his drooling followers. He's using these numbers in order to shock because they do sound pretty high. And to someone who is uneducated, which I'm assuming most of his followers are, they're going to use that as, the police are paid too much. But there's more to this story because he's talking about Nassau County, New York. And I had a feeling I knew what I was going to find once I looked this up. It is one of the most expensive places to live in the United States. The cost of living index for Nassau County is at 160. So it's 60% higher than the national average. A typical home in Nassau County is $676,000. 100% more expensive than the national average. Renting a 2-bedroom apartment is $2,300 a month. Just to survive in Nassau County, a single person has to make at least $76,000. At least $129,000 for a family. So yeah, he's talking about higher salaries, but you're talking about a cost of living area that is considerably higher than almost anywhere else in the country. So he's trying to build the narrative that the police are paid too much, but they're paid according to cost of living. That makes a huge difference. And it's really disingenuous not to mention that.
Salary for we the people. Did you know that? Did you even know that there's officers that make 200? There's dozens of officers that make 200. Are you a resident of Nassau County, sir?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Did you know as a resident that there are over dozens of officers that get paid $250,000 of taxpayer money, sir?
Stop for a second. Do you know there's dozens and hundreds of officers making $50,000?
No, they start at 80. How could they make 50? Nassau County Police Department starts at 80.
I know some officers make $50,000.
I don't know. See how that's possible when they start at $80,000 a year, sir, and then after 5 years it goes up to six figures. That maybe public safety officers. I'm not sure. I didn't look into public safety. I believe they're under the same umbrella as far as the budget. But I'm here to promote. Did I curse? Did I raise my voice? Did I do anything?
So you're here to promote
disorderly?
But you're here to do benefits.
Sir, the only 2 people, you said that, what did you say yesterday? You said that you were trying to protect the privacy of the people inside of here, correct? That was the purpose? That's what you said.
No, you challenged them.
It's on video.
It's on video. The video. My memory is excellent. You challenged them with the law, and I said, I'm here to enforce the policies, not the law, because I'm not a sworn officer. There are.
Yeah. So, but the whole point of the policy, sir, that was made clear yesterday was to protect the privacy of individuals seeking services.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So my point is that no one had a problem with me recording. The only people that came up to me said that they supported what I did, and they wanted me to hold the government accountable.
I want to ask you another question.
You're not being arrested because you recorded. You're being arrested
No,
for
but that's
trespassing.
an end around, sir. That's an end around, because if you can say, so for example, that's like you trespassing me because of my skin color, whether it's white or black or brown or anywhere in between. That's like you saying, we're not arresting you for your skin color, sir. We're arresting you because we told you to leave and you didn't leave. That's...
So I wonder why he didn't use Attorney Shield. No, he's actually making a horrible comparison. The two things aren't even remotely related because number one, filming is an action. The color of your skin is passive. One you can help, one you cannot. If you were trespassed based on the color of your skin, that would be a civil rights violation. That is not what has happened here. He has been arrested because he refused to leave after he was trespassed. He was trespassed because he does not have any legitimate business in the building, and he returned after being told that he was not allowed to film, and that if he had no legitimate business in the building, he would be trespassed. So he had prior knowledge of this and decided to do it anyway.
You can use that. You can use criminal trespassing for anything. You could say, I don't like the way he looks. He could be, I could be a political opponent, and I'm in a city hall, and the mayor doesn't like that I'm in here. I could be asking too many questions that you don't like, that you're part of the government, and you could just say, where does it stop? Where can you not trespass somebody from property that they help fund? When can you just say, well, you know what? We can't remove you from property that you help fund for any given reason. You're saying that I'm not being arrested for recording, which I'm sure that's not going to be the charge, because there is no charge for recording in public or anywhere else. So I understand that. I'm being arrested for a simple trespass, because that's the only... Let me finish my point, please. Right. Because as far as criminal trespassing goes in New York State, you have simple trespass is when you're told to leave and you didn't leave, so that's a violation of the law. It's not even a misdemeanor. When you go up to a higher level of criminal trespasses, you're trespassing in an enclosed area. That would be criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, I believe. So this is a simple trespass unless you write it up differently, which, you know, there's motions to dismiss for that. But what I'm saying to both of you is that, seriously, if there's somebody who's in here seeking services or wants to hold their government accountable, and a government official like yourself, we're back in Nazi Germany, could just say, you know what, we don't want you here for whatever reason, recording, skin color, political beliefs, sexual orientation, whatever it could be, a member of the government could just say, don't you think that's dangerous, sir?
Okay,
you don't think that's dangerous for the government? Seriously,
I heard you out. When you was at the military thing and you was filming, you went across this lobby, and your phone shows the video, even from yesterday, people in the lobby. They don't know they're on video, so how can you say they had no problem with you being on video when they didn't approach you?
Well, we're always on video. There's video here, and I told you can request those video.
So because you only brought the 2 people that walked out and spoke to you, but how do you know these people that were sitting in the lobby appreciate being aired on YouTube? You don't know that, do you?
I didn't speak to each and every single individual, but I'm sure that people...
Oh, the officer hit the nail right on the head there. No, absolutely not. LA isn't going to tell people that he's recording them and posting them to his YouTube channel without consent. You crazy? That might mean he would have to be accountable for the fact that people have the right to privacy on a private platform that does not have any obligation to uphold his First Amendment rights. Imagine that.
I'm sure the people would appreciate that we're holding the people.
We're not talking about being held accountable. Talking about how do you know they appreciate you putting them on YouTube when you said they don't care? You don't know if they care.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. They didn't voice their concerns to me. I wouldn't know. And if they did voice their concerns to me or sent me an email, I would kindly, because that's my YouTube channel. Yeah. I even though there's no expectation of privacy, you guys have a whole lot of cameras in here, so nobody complains about those. But if somebody said, "Hey, sir, you know, I'd prefer not to be on your YouTube video," I would blur their face out. As long as they're not a public servant like you, I would blur their face out, because I have the capabilities to do that. So if somebody even emailed me or said, "Hey, sir, you know, I really appreciate it if you don't put me on your on YouTube. I would appreciate that." I'd blur their face out, and we wouldn't have any problems.
But how would they know your email address? Me on email. How do they know to contact you when they're sitting in the lobby? You're filming them from a distance, and their faces are clear. I watched your video.
Yeah.
So
you and 100,000 other people. But
yeah.
It's. And if you look at the comments, and you get the pulse of what the people really want, they want transparency. You don't see people saying, "Well, why are you recording random people at the Social Services Office or the Department of Health and Human Services?"
Maybe they don't care.
The people here didn't care because they saw me holding. I'm not secretly recording.
Everyone
anybody.
didn't see you.
I'm not secretly recording.
Everyone didn't see you.
So if I was secretly recording,
everyone didn't see you. In your video shows, everyone didn't see you, but you decided you're on your own to air that without questioning the people.
Well, I can't question every single person, sir.
So he'd blur their faces out as long as they weren't a public servant. Public servants still have the right to privacy on YouTube, regardless. That has absolutely nothing to do with it because YouTube is a private platform. I don't know if I believe him. I really don't know if I believe him if he would actually do that. But again, frauditors lie. So if he does that, great. But at the same time, public servants also still have the right to privacy on YouTube. It is a private platform. There is a distinction. There is a line, and they want that line to blur. And unfortunately, you can't. You can't blur that line because you are talking about private versus public. And YouTube will always be a private platform.
They're in public. They have no expectation of privacy, just like that you have cameras here that anybody can get. So if I wasn't recording, let me ask you a question. As the captain here, you're stationed here for, I'm sure, it seems like a while.
This is my post, yes.
This is your post. So if I came in here and you didn't, I wasn't obviously recording, and I wanted to go in the back, and I just went through the metal. You don't ask every single person what they're doing when they walk in the door, do you? You just send them through the metal detector, and they handle the business they need to handle, correct?
No. They go to the bus and they're instructed to go to that welcome desk window.
Okay, and they go to the welcome desk window.
And then they get a ticket to handle their business.
Okay, but when they're going through the metal detector,
yes,
there are no questions. They just go through the metal detector and they wait in a line, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if I went through the metal detector and I had a pen or a belt or a watch, and I was secretly recording every single person, in this facility here, and I went online and I spoke to the woman and I was very cordial. I said, hey, what services do you offer to the public here? And see how she treated me. And then I went left. You would never know I'm recording. And then I left, and then I left, and I went home and I published that video online on YouTube, Facebook, wherever.
Yes.
And I published that video. Would this law enforcement officer would he come to my house and arrest me? No, he wouldn't, because there is no charge for recording, so he couldn't do anything about it. So because I'm being honest, because I'm not surreptitiously recording in secret, because I'm being honest and I'm about my intentions to hold my government accountable, I'm in handcuffs with my freedom taken from me. But if I would have done it secretly, this officer would have had no authority to arrest me otherwise.
And if you would,
do you see how illogical that sounds?
And if you would have done it secretly, the same people that didn't know you were recording with your
You
phone
weren't arrested for recording.
Sir, I was arrested for recording. You didn't end around for a criminal trespass. That is the case, because you wouldn't have been able to ask me to leave in the first place if I was secretly recording, right? You wouldn't be able to ask me to leave because you wouldn't know. And then if I went to your precinct later on and I said, hey, I was recording at the Department of Social Services and you didn't know, sir, and I did it surreptitiously, what would you have told me? Oh, well, there's nothing illegal about that, sir, so have a nice day. You're not going to arrest me for recording, right? Because I'm not, like you said, I'm not being arrested for recording. So I'm being arrested for trespassing. Trespassing on property that I helped pay for.
This paper is not yours.
I have a right to be here.
I'm holding it in front of you so you read the first paragraph, okay?
So this was written yesterday. Today.
Listen, I'm just letting you read.
But this is a policy that was written.
No, it's not a policy.
It's not a policy.
Are you going to read
this
it?
This is a memorandum.
Are you going to read it?
Can we agree that this is a memorandum that was written today?
All I want you to do is read the first two things.
I will read it if you tell me that this was something that was written on a computer today.
It wasn't written today.
August 29th is not today?
Today's date. Yes,
August 29th.
Yes.
So this was written today.
Can you just read the first two
Can
paragraphs?
we acknowledge that it was written today and I'll read the first paragraph?
I'll be happy. I'll go along. Yeah, it was written today.
Okay,
Even though I can't say.
I mean the date. The date.
Okay,
the
date. Can you read the first two paragraphs, please?
To whom it may concern, the lobby of the Nassau County Department of Social Services is a non-public forum. In the Make Road by Walking Inc. v. Turner, the Circuit System of Appeals found that welfare centers rooms were non-public forum, but that doesn't matter. You can only make it. I understand that it's not a non-public forum. It's a limited public forum, and that means time, place.
He actually makes my brain hurt. He's talking in hypotheticals that have no application in real life. They have absolutely no application to the situation at hand. Because even if he had been recording surreptitiously and then went back and put it to his YouTube channel and then reported it to the police station, it doesn't matter. There is still a difference between right and wrong. And just because you got away with something doesn't make it right. I feel like he has a real hard time differentiating between right and wrong. It seems to be a common theme with most of the frauditors. That is a line that is very blurred to them because they have their own definition of what's right and what's wrong. And unfortunately, what's right seems to always be what is most convenient for them at the time.
That means time, place, and manner restrictions, sir. I know the law. Time, place, and manner. So the time, this is during business hours. The manner, I'm being respectful. I'm not disturbing any business. Time, place, and manner. And the place, this is a public place, sir. So I'm not going against any law. There's time, place, and manner restrictions on the First Amendment in limited public forums. I understand that. But I'm not disrupting business. If I was sitting here being disorderly and disrupting business, then there would be something different. And I'm just telling you. And I have a right to record law enforcement in the course of their duty. It's a New York State law. And they're here, right? And what was I doing when I was arrested? I was recording law enforcement. So there's, again, that is a constitutionally protected activity, to record law enforcement. I wasn't even anywhere near the services. So again, you have your beliefs, and I understand you have your beliefs, and I can even respect your concern for people's privacy. I can, because you really are well intentioned and you just want to look out for people's privacy, and I can respect that. But none of us have privacy. The government's always watching us. Big Brother, the government's always watching us, and
I'm actually getting really tired of listening to him. At the end of the day, time, place, and manner doesn't matter because it is a non-public forum. It is not a limited public forum. It is a non-public forum.
I can.
Can I get
Just
up?
gotta give me a minute.
Okay. It's because they're really, super tight.
Yeah, we can loosen them up.
Thanks.
We're just gonna switch out the cuffs before we go in, alright?
Can you not put them on so tight like they are now?
Yeah, we'll figure it out, man. Just lean forward 1 second. Sorry, man, I'm not trying to twist your wrist.
It's alright, Killer put them on way too tight.
Keep your hand behind your back for now. You know what, just stand up for me. Can you move over a little bit so I can get behind the bench? I'm not trying to twist your wrist.
Yeah, I'm just not trying to make any moves where you're gonna do something we both regret.
Just keep your hand behind your back, both of them. Yeah, put your hands like a friend. Less pressure on your wrist. Yeah, all good.
Which precinct are we going to?
Third precinct. Third precinct. Let me just lock this. So,
Yep.
this is yours, right?
Yes.
Do you have anything else with you here so we don't leave it here?
That's it.
Okay. So your property? Alright. Good to go. Your phone here? Have a good day, sir. You pull your property in your pocket.
Hold on, I just want to take your hat off, buddy.
Strap them in there.
And yet he still did not use Attorney Shield. Shocking. Honestly, I really do believe that most, if not all, of LIA's arrests are planned at this point. I think he knew that he would be arrested if he went back. And he probably gets a bump in viewership. I'm sure he gets a bump in donations every time he's arrested. So, grifter's going to grift, even if it means you have to spend a couple hours in jail. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I will catch you on the next one.